been a good start. We have just absolutely destroyed Aston Villa, and the match ball's coming at Newcastle fans, so make sure you stick around.
New season, new goals, same excitement. Welcome back to Black White Banter, you absolutely beautiful Newcastle fans. I am just about to make them. I probably need to change my backdrop for the opening of these videos, but I don't like recording the intro in Newcastle City Centre. It's chocker. You've got a million people walking back and forth, people giving you funny looks. I'm just not a fan. I like to talk a little bit quieter at the start of these videos, but we are back. The match vlogs are back, but not just the friendly, we don't care about the result. This is all for fitness. The proper ones are back, and I cannot wait to get over to Newcastle, get over to St James's Park and get the season properly underway. I've already done my match preview. I am confident. Of course I'm confident. Why would I not be? Eddie Howe's Mags, look how good we were last season, and look how good we were. Got no reason not to be. Yes, it's a very good Aston Villa team, but what's weird about these opening games is you don't necessarily have too much form to look at, and if you lose, and I don't think we will today, but it will be tough. If you lose, you don't worry too much about it. Eddie Howe has got players he's going to tinker with today, potentially if Barnes or maybe TONALI come in. I don't think TONALI will start, but we'll see. So nothing's lost by losing the first game. You want to get off to a fantastic start. Atmosphere is going to be ready for us to do that. The stadium, the vibes, the momentum that we should take from pre-season is going to be there, but it's not the end of the world if not everything goes 100% today. But I am expecting a fantastic atmosphere. War flags will contribute to that. A fantastic energy from the players that will transcend down from the stands, and let's get this season properly underway. I've even got a new moustache to start the season. New season, new weird look that probably wouldn't make you ever want to leave your kids with me to babysit, but why not? That's just how I'm feeling. Eddie Howe's Tash Mark. But I'm going to jump on the metro now, get over there, soak up a little bit of atmosphere before the match, and hopefully see 3 points. I am sat in new seats today. I'm in the Prawn Sandwich Club. I'm in the Platinum Club, so I'm going to be vibing amongst the freshly caught prawns that day. Maybe sip on a G&T at half time, but I am amongst the slightly nicer seats, which I'm hoping will get me a beautiful view of the War Flags display. Oh, am I excited? Am I fucking excited? Up the mags! Right, St James's Park, you should be able to see, is just in the backdrop there. I found this lovely spot. I might start doing lots of videos here. I'm shocked. He's gone with TONALI, and I didn't expect that. Eddie Howe has got a record of not really starting big money signs from abroad in the early games and really bedding them in slowly. I don't know whether that's because maybe Longstaff is still a bit short on fitness, but we know he's had headaches, and obviously TONALI has done something wonderful in training to prove that he's ready for this fast-paced, crazy test of the Premier League on day one. So that one's a really intriguing one. Defence is the same. He's gone with Gordon in attack, which is fine. I had preferences maybe for Barnes because he certainly knows where the goal is to carry it on from that Cellar Cup performance where he scored twice. But Gordon has proved that he is an absolute rabbit on cocaine at the moment since the Euros where he won player of the tournament. So let's hope he hits the ground running. The buzz in the city is amazing. The sun's started to come out and I just cannot wait to get in there. Let's hope that I don't get a bit too flattened by the atmosphere in the Platinum Club because I don't expect there to be much singing where I'm sitting today, which will probably annoy me. They'll probably get a bit sick of me shouting and screaming, but regardless, it's back. Football is back. So let's go and absolutely smash the Villa. Wouldn't that be a nice way to start the season? Away the lads! Queues are absolutely brutal with this digital ticketing that's come in. Absolutely. The club were asking people to come in an hour early because of digital ticketing. Why bring this in if it's going to mean that everybody is delayed? Hey! Tell you what, I'm not used to this, man. This is a bit different to the concourses. Thank you very much. Half-time, it's 2-1. I tell you what, before I get into the half-time review, sitting in this Platinum Club, I haven't sat here for a long time. It's absolutely lovely. Fresh pint glass, padded seat. My bum has never been happier sitting in St James's Park. I've been surrounded by Saudis, actually. There is a lot of Saudis come to St James's with a lot of money. I heard a couple of conversations going on, and he had like 5 bags of merchandise. There are lots of Saudis in these posher seats. Absolutely over the moon with our first half. The only issues we've had from Aston Villa's side is individual errors, giving the ball away in sloppy areas that Aston Villa have capitalised on with the first goal. But we've been cut open a little bit too easy with some passes, which might just be a sharpness thing, I don't know. But generally speaking, we've come out the traps absolutely flying in that first half, and I'm over the moon with how we've played. We've dominated with that high press and that intensity we know under Eddie Howe. We've seen Anthony Gordon. I wasn't really pushing for him to start. I wanted Barnes in for the goals, but he's looked fantastic. He really has. I think he is going to feel like a new signing for us. Isak's always on the move, but probably hasn't had enough balls in. Tonali, over the moon to see him get his first goal. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't even expecting him to start. Keep this intensity in the second half, lads. We can beat these. We've blown them away for spells of that first 15-20 minutes. We let them come into the game a little bit, but I am still confident we can see this through. Look at our bench. Eddie Howe's got so many options to bring on. Let's hope we can see this out. I'm going to finish my fancy pint in my fancy pint glass and go and sit back on my padded seat. Away the lad. Looks a little bit empty up there. Eddie Howe Stadium empty in Mags. Right, I've just come out of the stadium. I'm joined by Phil. We've just been saying we don't think we've processed that result. 5 fucking goals on the opening game of the season. Could have been 8. Try and sum that up, Phil. Try and sum that up.
It's unbelievable. So the first half was a bit nervy. Good team. People are touting them for the top 4 to finish above us, and we've absolutely dominated them, especially in the second half. It's unreal.
Were you expecting that in your wildest dreams?
Absolutely not. I'd have settled for a 1-1 or a 2-2 today, but no, that was unbelievable. The strength and depth that was showed as well. The lads coming off the bench, we are massive.
So this is going to be a difficult one. Who's your man in the match?
Oh, Tonali. Tonali absolutely bossed that midfield.
I was surprised he was in.
I was surprised he was in. I thought I would have bled him in over a few weeks, but he looked the part, especially in the second half, going downhill, so to speak. He was all over the place. He looked good.
Listen to that.
Unbelievable, isn't it? We are massive, by the way. We are massive.
So, based off that result, what are your thoughts now with the season? Does that change maybe what you thought? I know it's only one game.
Don't, because I was coming into the last season thinking as long as we're not in a relegation fight, it's a good season. And then we did what we did. So this season, world's were oyster.
Me and the lads coming down the stairs there, I was talking to a couple of blokes. One of them said it wasn't even an amazing performance in some areas. Do you agree with that or not?
There's areas where we definitely could have improved, absolutely. But they're a good team, and we still won the way we did, emphatic in the end. So let's see where we go from here.
So would your mind have been changed then? Maybe if I'd asked you before that match where you thought we were going to finish, would you think you'd be saying a different answer or not?
It's a long season. A long season, let's see. There's injuries, transfer window still open.
Any areas of concern you saw today? I know we smashed them, scoreline, of course we did. Any areas of concern?
My only thing where I think we could definitely improve on is left back. Dan Burn, legend, love the man. But there's definitely no overlapping runs from him. And Bailey had him worried, definitely in that first half.
Are Eddie Howe's Mags going to win the league or what?
Let's fucking do it. Cool on!
I'm joined by Eddie. He's very kindly agreed to speak to us. Eddie, we all a little bit in shock by that. I mean, we know this team's good, but I don't think any of us expected the team to be that good. Can you sum up that performance even in a sentence?
Not really. I've followed them for a lot of years, and Aston Villa has been a bogey team for us.
Yeah.
But I thought they played really well today. I thought that some of the new signings were really good.
Who was your standout?
Hard to say. Really.
Very difficult.
I couldn't say because I think they all played well.
Right.
I thought the referee was shocking, mind.
So soft. So many decisions that were soft.
It was a shame that we missed 2 sitters as well. There could have been.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking 2. There might have been more. Could have been more.
Yeah, there could have been a lot more. But I thought they all played well. I thought they're really good.
And if you don't mind us asking, how many years have you supported Newcastle?
Well, I'm 73 and I started coming here at Newcastle when I was 7.
Wow. So that's, my maths isn't great. That's 73 off 7, 66. 66 years. Wow. So where does that rank in terms of opening game performances then in all the years you've followed Newcastle?
Really good. Normally the opening game isn't very good here. I don't know why, but it's not. The opening game is normally not very good at all.
So I've got to ask then, because you've watched Newcastle for so many years, an amazing amount of years, where do you rank this Newcastle vibe, the owners, the manager? Where do you rank what's going on with the football club right now compared to what you've seen in your lifetime?
I think it's the best I've ever seen in my lifetime. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even in the Keegan days and all that, it wasn't as good as this.
So what do you think this team can achieve then after what we've just witnessed?
I think we could finish it in the top 4 this season. I think we'll be pushing if we were going to try and get it better than Man City and Liverpool and Arsenal maybe.
What about that trophy cabinet?
Well, I followed them all over the world with the last Champions League, but I don't know really. We'd have to see really.
Try and sum up that performance today in one word for us.
Fantastic.
Brilliant. Are you going to have a couple of beers tonight to celebrate that?
Yeah, more than a...
Straight to the pub now?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
With a strawberry.
Happy days. Right, Lloyd. Sorry, you're probably just texting Eddie out to say what a good job he's just done there on your phone. Lloyd, we've just come out, as I'm speaking to every fan, no one's really able to give us a solid sentence to sum that performance up because it was that good. Did you expect that in your wildest dreams?
Didn't expect that at all, but I tell you what, it was amazing. Hopefully it goes on from where we left off from last season. Keep on going and keep on going.
It looks that way.
It looks like that. A couple of dodgy decisions made from the referee.
Yeah. I thought the referee was really soft today.
Yeah, I thought the goalkeeper should have been sent off. But he grabbed hold of Miggy by 2 hands.
I don't know whether, because that wasn't looked at, I'm assuming maybe the rules have changed. Because it wasn't, he moved on quite quick.
Yeah, it got on straight away. But we can't knock that 5-1.
Yeah.
It's a bit dodgy getting the ground to start with, but we're all got here.
The digital, funny you mentioned that, was going to be a topic I was going to ask you about. How did you find it?
We found it was a bit iffy. Like I normally was coming half an hour beforehand, lots of queues, but we've got through there.
More queues. If it's not broken, don't fix it. It's just causing more queues.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
But we've done it. We've got there. We'll start off on the upper front sort of thing, and like long may it continue.
Who was your man of the match there? Because a lot of people haven't been able to give us an answer on that.
Got to be in TONALI. Got to be in TONALI.
I didn't think he'd come in. I thought Eddie Howe normally beds his players in slowly, and he did wonderful.
He done excellent. How many? Like what said, like how many stats he got up and down the field. He was in defence, he was in attack, he was left, he was right, he was everywhere. Any
concerns from today's performance? Because I was coming down the stairs and a bloke said to me it wasn't even probably our best performance and we still won 5-1. Any areas you're a little bit concerned about?
Not really at the time being. Just switched off for the first goal.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of the chances for them were our own downfall.
Yeah, but that was coming. It's the first game of the season.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll look at that and try and put it right for the next game.
So has your mindset changed from if I'd have asked you at 3 o'clock today where you thought Newcastle were going to finish and how we were going to do to right now after that performance? Has it changed at all or not?
Well, totally different.
Right, go on then, give us your prediction now.
Well, I thought it'd been a hard game of the day, and I thought we're just probably going to draw.
Right.
I'd have been happy with the draw, but now I'm ecstatic with a win.
Season finish?
Where
do you think we'll finish?
I think we'll go top 4.
Ooh, and is that trophy cabinet going to get the dust polished off.
Definitely, yes.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. That's the positivity.
That'll do it, yeah.
Are you having a couple of brewskis to celebrate tonight?
I am, do I certainly am.
You're getting sick of me asking you questions because you want a pint, don't you?
Exactly.
And I'm joined, things have quietened down a little bit now, but we're still struggling to process what we've just witnessed. I'm joined by Trish and Neil. No one's really been able to sum up that performance in a couple of sentences, but I'm going to let you try. Just try and give me a gist of what we've just witnessed.
Yeah, the performance I thought was electrifying, really. Sandro Tonali, he's got everything. I honestly expected him to play a more deeper holding role. I think everybody did.
I didn't even expect him to play.
Well, I didn't either. I was quite surprised at the lone striker role with Isak as well, with him being the left-handed side. Just total surprise. I think Villa punched really, really well. They fought really hard. They gave us a really hard game. I thought a draw when the 1-1 came would have been a fair result, but again, the tenacity of the team, what we have on the bench, everything we have as a team now is just way beyond our expectations, really. Tonali, I mean, two debuting goals as well. You know, I have to say, wow, you know, and people are queuing up to score goals.
And people are queuing up to come off the bench.
Well, exactly, yeah, you know. And to be honest, I felt a bit sorry for a few players, you know, Sean Longstaff, namely.
I've just had that conversation with someone else. He's probably the one out of all of this that doesn't deserve to get shafted onto the bench, but he looks like he's going to be there for most of the season, I think.
I mean, Bruno as well was sharp. I thought Bruno was really sharp.
Bruno was quite quiet today.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the last 4 or 5 games of the season, I just thought Bruno had lost his edge. And a lot of people like to say Bruno wants too much time on the ball. For me, Bruno, he's looking around. Who can he distribute the ball to straight away? Is that a downfall? No. Man of the match? I've got to say Tonali.
Are you the same, Trish, man of the match?
Yeah, I would, but I did think that Anthony Gordon played extremely well as well.
He did.
And the pace that lad's got is phenomenal.
I thought he was a little bit better in his quality of his passing and stuff today as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's totally now shown his quality that he's got to bring to Newcastle United. And
to say we signed him in January, I think it's fair to say he probably feels like a new summer signing because he didn't do very much when we signed him last year.
No, he did really well. And who would have thought that we're now top of the Premier League?
Can we not just wrap it up now? Is that?
It's on goal difference, yeah, we are.
Let's just call it. I think one match is fair, isn't it? Let's just.
Yeah, amazing.
Different season, same fucking Eddie Howe stadium empty and mags. Them Villa fans were leaving after 70 minutes, and all that tells me is that we have just picked up exactly where we left off. That was absolutely incredible. And I tell you what, as I've just said to the fans who I was speaking to, that wasn't us at full tilt. It wasn't. We are better than that. We are more clinical than that. And we, at the back especially, we are tighter than that. And that's amazing. We've just battered a team that every single pundit, Tom, Dick and Harry, is ramming down our throats as one of the most competitive. Aston Villa are up there. You're going to struggle against them. They're going to be competing next year. Unai Emery is going to be sucking plenty people's blood, Mr. Count Dracula, tonight, because he is going to be going back to Aston Villa thinking what has just happened. And Fortress St James's is picking up exactly where it left off. I mean, we've just won our first game of the season 5-1. 5-1. How many did we miss? Callum Wilson missed from a yard where it looked easier to score. You've had saves, you've had absolutely incredible. Where do we start with that? And I'm struggling to process it, and it's not very often I'm lost for words, but nobody goes into the opening game expecting us to win by 5 or have a performance like that against what is a very competitive, very solid Aston Villa team. I mean, who's Ollie Watkins? That was a debate, him against Callum Wilson last season. I don't think I barely saw him. I barely saw him feature. I'm speechless. So, you know, it's difficult to talk about the performance. I thought Tonali, I was surprised to see him come in. I said that when I saw the team. I said that in my pre-match that I thought Eddie Howe would bed him in. And I thought he looked brilliant. He covered every blade of grass, which I knew about him from doing my homework. He's not a number 6. So anyone, including the kid that I argued with on TikTok, can I just clarify, Tonali is going to get forward like he did for the first goal and score. He's going to sit in deep with the defenders, pick up the ball and say, thank you very much, there's a long high pass. He's going to link up in and around the box. He's going to sit in the D and decide with Bruno who pushes forward. We are getting a fantastic footballer, and that's why he was so good for AC Milan. And I thought he was brilliant today. Everything I said about him, which I'll hold my hands up, I said he looked a bit slow in pre-season, looked like he was picking it up. Not today. Maybe he was just keeping his energy in the tank. Maybe he was just keeping his batteries charged. I thought everyone was good today. Anthony Gordon, as soon as the first whistle went, he was like, right, this game's mine. And he looked better. He had more quality. A couple of flicked through balls to Isak were fantastic. And he just looked such a threat. How many free kicks did Anthony Gordon win in that first half into the second? It was just free kick after free kick after free kick. And he was marvellous. And long may that continue, because he is now, as I've just said to one of the fans, he's like a new signing. He is. We got him in January. He didn't really, he came into a new environment from a struggling Everton team. He feels like we've added another player to the list. He is. That's what he's going to feel like this summer, this season. And he was just brilliant. Isak, oh God, where do I start with Alexander Isak? I said I wanted him over Callum Wilson, and to be totally honest with you, he proved to me exactly why I want him in over Callum Wilson. He offers so much more than just the goal threat. And Callum Wilson, no shame on him at all. He looked bright as a button when he came on. But Alexander Isak is exciting. And that finish for the second goal, I cannot wait to sit with a bottle of lube and a scented candle and watch that finish for the second goal of Match of the Day tonight. Lovely. And I would not be surprised this season if Isak goes under the radar from your pundits and your journalists as one of the top scorers in the league. Because we are going to create chances. He's got a pre-season under his belt, and he looks every bit, bearing in mind he's so young, he looks every bit the amount of money that we spent on him, which was a huge amount of money at the time. And then look at the bench. Second half we had dominating. We slowed down to 3-1. And then we brought on Barnes. We brought on Wilson. We brought on Longstaff, who did not put a foot wrong all season. I feel sorry for Longstaff that he's had to be sacrificed this year. And it looks like he might have to be, because he doesn't deserve that, but he's such an amazing option to bring off the bench. Jacob Murphy got a little look in. He was good last season. Livramento at the back. Matt Targett's not getting a look in. Our squad depth now is unlike anything I've ever known, and a fan's just told me that this is the most exciting era in 66 years of supporting this football club, and it's statements like that. That's the reason I love speaking to fans after matches, because that resonates with me so much. He's seen so much, and he is telling me that this is something that I should be excited about as being one of the best in his 60-year period. I mean, I don't think we were optimal today. I think we could be better, and I think we were the causes of our own downfall. The only thing I'm concerned about is how easy Aston Villa were getting in the first half. One pass and we were gone, and that's what comes back to maybe Eddie Howe wanting another defender, because we don't have any pace in our back line. Dan Burn's got no pace, Botman's got no pace, Shea's got no pace, and that's one of the only... Gentlemen, there you go. Thank you very much. We'll say hello. Quickly, give us your thoughts on that.
Eddie Howe's top of the league, Mags. Come on! Class, absolutely class. TONALI.
Brilliant. There you go, lads. There you go. Enjoy the rest of your night, gents. Yeah, sorry. I love being distracted by gentlemen like those. I love it. They're probably going for a couple of beers. I wish I was. Yeah, defence. That's the only thing I would maybe say is we lacking pace, and they were cutting us open a little bit too easy in the first half. And the goal that we conceded was a good finish from Diaby, but it was from a sloppy pass from us, and we had a couple of moments where passes went astray, and that's going to come from playing it out the back. It's the first game of the season, so I'm not too worried about that. Errors here and there, but with Man City next in mind, we do need to tighten things up, because we know what going to the Etihad's like. But my God, Newcastle fans, we've just won our first game of the season 5-1, and it could have been 8. The Aston Villa fans don't know what's just hit them. I tell you what's hit them. Eddie Howe's Mags, who everyone's written off, have just said, hello, we're back, we're a little bit stronger than we were before, but we're going to continue where we left off. So bring it on, Carragher, Neville, and everybody else in the Premier League who wants to see us fail. Newcastle fans, if you've liked this video, whack that like, whack that subscribe, because I tell you what, I feel like these match vlogs are going to get more and more exciting, because if that's anything to go off, we are going to have another fucking fantastic season. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. There'll be more videos to come. Eddie Howe's absolutely class, Mags, and I'll see you on the next one. Away the lads!